You don't hate games. If you did, you wouldn't keep opening your library. But think about this. How many times this week did you want to play and still didn't? Not because you were bored, not because you were busy, because starting felt exhausting. That feeling isn't laziness. It isn't age. It's something modern gaming quietly trained into you. And once you notice it, you can't unsee it. That feeling isn't rare anymore. And it isn't because games suddenly got worse. In a lot of ways, games are better than they've ever been. Bigger, smoother, more polished. So if games are better, why are players burning out faster than ever? Because the problem isn't games, it's how we're being trained to play them. A lot of people explain burnout with one sentence: I guess I just grew out of games. But that explanation doesn't really hold up, because when the right game comes along, or when you play a game at the right moment, that excitement comes back instantly. You stay up later than you planned. You think about the game when you're not playing. You're actually looking forward to sitting down again. You've felt that before, and that doesn't sound like someone who stopped loving games. It sounds like someone who's exhausted, not by the games themselves, but by the friction around them. Games used to be an escape from responsibility. You played when you wanted, you stopped when you felt like it. Nothing waited for you when you came back. That's not how a lot of games work anymore. Now there's daily challenges, weekly resets, seasonal rewards, limited time events. Even if you enjoy the gameplay, there's always something hovering in the background. A feeling that you should be playing. Not because you want to, but because you don't want to miss out. And the moment a game creates obligation, your brain stops treating it like leisure. It starts treating it like work. That shift is subtle, and most players don't notice when it happens. Here's a question most players don't ask themselves anymore. Am I actually having fun right now? Instead, we ask different questions. Is this efficient? Is this optimal? Is it worth my time? XP bars, ranks, unlocks, stats. None of these are bad on their own. The problem starts when progress becomes the reason you play. Because then fun becomes conditional. You're having fun as long as the numbers go up, as long as something unlocks, as long as the progress feels fast. And the moment progress slows down, motivation is gone. Not because you changed, but because progress isn't meant to replace enjoyment. Burnout doesn't come from playing too much. It comes from playing without rest, from feeling like you can't stop. If you don't log in today, you'll miss rewards, fall behind, you lose momentum. So even on days you don't feel like playing, you log in anyway. And slowly your brain starts connecting games with pressure instead of relaxation. That's when games stop recharging you and start draining you. Now, think of everything I've already discussed and add comparison into the mix. Better players, higher ranks, the perfect clips, streamers playing all day long. Even if you never mean to compare yourself, it still happens. You still do it. Your progress feels slower. Your skills feel smaller. Your enjoyment feels wrong. Like you're playing incorrectly. And when enjoyment needs justification, it stops being enjoyment. Games turn into performances instead of personal experiences. Another reason burnout feels worse now is because games are treated like content. Finish it, move on, next one. There's pressure to keep up, to play what's popular, to always have something new installed. But games require emotional energy. When you rush them, or juggle too many at once, that energy runs out. You wear out. Burnout isn't lost passion, it's overload. Burnout rarely feels gradual, it feels sudden. One day you're playing out of habit, the next, you don't want to touch it with a 10-foot stick. But that moment isn't random. It's weeks, sometimes months of pressure building quietly. Burnout isn't failure, it's a warning. And the solution isn't quitting games forever, it's changing your relationship with them. Playing slower, ignoring efficiency, stopping when it stops being fun, even if progress isn't finished. Letting games be optional again, because the moment pressure disappears, games feel lighter, and the excitement you thought you lost usually comes back. Not because the game's changed, but because you did. Before ending this, there's one thing that needs to be said clearly. This burnout isn't your fault. Most players didn't choose this relationship with games. They didn't wake up one day and decide to turn fun into pressure. It happened gradually, system by system, reward by reward, game by game. Games are designed to keep you engaged, and engagement isn't the same thing as enjoyment. So if you feel tired, unmotivated, or disconnected, that doesn't mean you failed as a player. It means the system has worked, and realizing that is the first step to undoing it. Burnout doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like logging in, playing for 10 minutes, and logging out. It looks like avoiding a game you love because you don't have the energy for it. Sometimes it looks like switching games constantly, hoping one of them brings that feeling back. That restlessness, that constant searching, is burnout trying to protect you. Not from the games themselves, but from the pressure around them. Recovering from burnout isn't about forcing yourself to enjoy games again. It's about removing the things that made them heavy. Play fewer games at once. Ignore limited time rewards. Stop treating breaks like lost progress. Let yourself quit a session early. Let yourself walk away without guilt. And most importantly, stop measuring enjoyment. The moment you stop asking, was that worth my time? And start asking, did I enjoy that moment? Something shifts. Something changes. And despite all of this, games still matter. They still create moments you can't get anywhere else. Shared laughter, unexpected tension, quiet immersion. Burnout doesn't erase that. It just hides it. Until you change the conditions around it. Games aren't broken. Our expectations are. If gaming has felt distant lately, that doesn't mean it's gone forever. It just means something needs to change. So don't chase the feeling you had years ago. Create the space for it to return naturally. And when it does, you'll recognize it instantly. The best gaming moments aren't optimized. They're remembered. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Give me a like. Drop a comment down below if you've experienced any symptoms of burnout and what you have done to recover from them. Thank you guys for watching. It's Spectator. See you later.